I I had some stuff I had to get done. Wasn't able to get on, but what's important is that I'm on. So what I want to discuss today is again, I am advocating for myself. Okay, and as a veteran, I had done a couple of things this last couple of days that I wasn't able to get on my post, and it being important because one of them I had consulted with with an attorney. Yeah, so it was a free consultation, and I wanted to know what my position was. Right? What's my position? What am I? Is my bitching about getting help from the Veterans Administration, the Veterans Affairs, is my bitching not legitimate enough? That's what I wanted to find out. So I gave this law firm my situation. Okay. And I did it in the best way to review my situation. And so the conclusion was I do have a situation. Okay. So, and this is reflecting. I wanted to get a consultation, a free consultation, because a free review, so to speak, because when I wrote to the veterans, the House Select Committee for Veterans Affairs. Now I know, all right, I know there are veterans in that select committee. I know it. I see them on TV. Some of them aren't, some of them are. Okay, so I figured, well, I better write to these veterans to see if they give a shit, right? Or are they all about the policy procedure? Well, apparently they're all about the policy procedure. Yeah, because when I wrote them and I needed some correspondence back, they got back with me and said, "Hey, Sergeant De Leon retired. We don't take individual cases." So with this free review from the attorneys, they said, "Well, how do they know that it's an individual case?" And they said, "Well, maybe you have to be referred and you have to have somebody else that is representing you to to address this." So, for instance, they said if we were representing you and we wanted to contact the House Affairs Committee, then they may listen and say, "Oh, okay, well, this is maybe a case now, right?" Because it's bigger than just an individual case. It's concerning it's concerning medical neglect, which is medical malpractice. Okay, and when you get neglected for stuff, obviously you get worse, right? You get worse. So, um, so I had explained to these attorneys, I just wanted a review, right? So I'm going to keep them in mind. Um, but I did get with them, and they did. So the conclusion was, I do have. It's not an individual case. My case is not an individual case, and I need to write them once more if I don't want to talk to the attorney and say, look, I don't think you guys are getting my situation. This is an individual situation. I know that there are, what do you call those, where you have multiple people in a law firm that represent, and then you attack legit. You not attack, but you do litigation. Have um, by law, from this attorney, deal with what do you call that? It's a group amount of veterans that get together, and then yeah. So if that's what they're asking, well, they're not going to get it because my case is. The attorney said your case sounds very isolated, so there's not going to be anybody in your category. So why would they turn you down? And I said, well, I wrote him enough, and I gave the attorneys exactly what I wrote to the House Select Committee for Veterans Affairs. And they said, no, this is something they should look into with going to your congressperson and then getting back with them. You know, the congressperson gets with me. I give the congress people so this is like a hierarchy, you know. So I give the congressperson Tom O'Halloran, go figure, right? O'Halloran, whatever the hell his name is. And then they get back with me and say, okay, well, we understand now. But why won't they take my case face value? That's the question. So this is the discussion I want to talk about right now. Right? If you have no power, you have no credibility, you don't know the right people, you don't have the right resources, okay, you're not going to get anywhere in life. Okay, you're not going to get anywhere. So you can make frenemies, but that would be in your best interest, right? If you're advocating for yourself, then more than likely you're going to lose. All right, that's just the way it is. You have to have some sort of um, uh, I'll have to just come up with some simple words, but you have to have some people behind you with some credibility, like a law firm or a famous person, or like Jon Stewart. In other words, I don't see eye to eye with Jon Stewart, but Jon Stewart is doing something for veterans, right? He's doing something for veterans. He's speaking out against it, and that's good. I wish that Jon Stewart can contact me, because I'm exactly right up his alley right up his alley for what he's been advocating for veterans. You know, I'm beyond the just bitching about, oh, you know, we should be getting more care. No, I'm specifically addressing policies and procedures, and the fact that these policies and procedures don't give veterans power. Okay, any policy and procedure don't give veterans any sort of power to advocate for themselves. Okay, if you're stuck, here's the thing. If you're stuck in a situation, all right, if you're stuck in a situation where you kind of slip between the cracks, and it snowballs into whatever it wants to be. And the people that are going to take control of that are obviously the people that are the gatekeepers, the doctors, all that stuff, right? So you're not going to have a leg up on getting people to move in your direction. You're not. This is my experience. All right. So I'm trying to advocate for myself. I've been trying to address organizations like the House Select Committee on Veteran Affairs. These are some of my brothers and sisters with lost legs, arms, combat injuries, all sorts of stuff, right? And I'm trying to get their attention. I'm just trying to get them to say, hey, I understand your situation. At least address the note sincerely to me, right? Hey, this is who can I figure out? What's that brother's name? He has a patch on his eye. He's a Navy SEAL dude. Um, yeah, that dude. I mean, there's a few of them in the Veteran House Select Committee, right? At least pick a veteran that I've been trying to address me specifically, not just send out some dumb, stupid, email that says, "Oh, sorry, we can't address your situation." I mean, I feel, it's so frustrating because, I know it goes to the damn office, the House Select Committee office, and some moron Some idiot that is just following his job or her job doesn't want to go above and beyond that and think, well, you know what, maybe this veteran has a legitimate complaint. Let me write back to him and see get more information, and then see if I can get him one of these veterans in the House Select Committee to address him specifically. And that way we can close that case or open it up and say, okay, yeah, we can follow through with that. Right? That's the way I see it. That's the way I would like it to go. Because, one, I'm not just some dude off the street. I signed up for him. I'm a service member. And I have a medical condition which I would think would get somebody's attention. What in the shit, man? Right? What in the shit? I mean, I have people that when I get outside the house, I do the best I can. I'm going to give you an example. I do the best I can to move around, to move something that doesn't want to move. Try it. Try it. Try to move something. You can't do it. You know why? Because it wants to move. And you can move it. You can move it in your brain just by knowing that it moves. But if it's dysfunctional and it's a motor dysfunction, you feel like you're trapped in a coma. And it's an itch that you cannot scratch. Okay? So I go out and I do the best I can to move. It uses all my energy. I mean, just to try to move something. Here, like this one doesn't work, so I do this. If I do this enough, forget about it. Here I am trying to catch a breath. Just for that, as simple as that. And I have to manipulate my days that way. Every single damn day, I have to do it, people. Every day. Not once a day, not twice a day, not 3 times. Every freaking minute of the day. Okay, I get tired of just freaking trying to talk with this damn paralysis thing, like I had a damn stroke or something. How attractive is that? Right? And then they took out the top tooth also. I just got back from the dentist, as a matter of fact, and from the VA. But, I was telling them, I don't have the same power as crunching down on my food as I used to before they took this top one out now, after they took the top one out. So, but I try every day. So I would expect, this is more than just an expectation. This should be a responsibility, as they claim they are. The House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs in Washington, D.C., all right, this is their job. This is who they are. I don't have an individual case. And if I did have an individual case, they should take it anyways of interest, because it's so unique. It's a very rare situation. And how can I group up with people? How can it not be a group thing if I'm fighting the regulations of the VA? And it's medical neglect, which is a form of malpractice. And yes, I've gotten worse. Right? So the attorneys that I had a review with said, yes, you have a case. Okay, you can get with us. And I said, well, I don't like to jump the gun on stuff. I want to review this more myself. Right? That was the whole point of getting the review, is, so I could think about it. I want the House Select Committee, the House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs, to address me properly, respectfully, and under their obligation to follow their SOPs, which I think they are misreading my situation. I don't think they're understanding. Right? And everybody thinks, oh, my case is so unique. No, this. Look, I'm sensible enough to know. Okay, that I'm not fighting people. I'm upset, but I'm not fighting that people are disrespecting me in the VA. And outside, I'm not fighting that. I mean, I'm not angry about that. You know, what I'm concerned about is that I'm getting worse with my dysfunction, and it's getting worse every couple of months. Okay, I'm having all sorts of stuff happen that it made it very difficult for me to explain. Right, I'm having a urinalysis problem, having bowel problems. I mean, not serious, but I'm having them and I'm recognizing them. And I'm thinking, man, this is not good. It's not going to be good. You know, and I mean, just think about, the problems every person has without any dysfunctions whatsoever, especially a central nervous system dysfunction. Think about all the little things that happen to you, and you're like, oh my God, I had a little thing here. Have you had, these examples of, some people get little palpitations or all these things. You get hypochondriac about things, right? Could you imagine the shit that I go through? I have to completely evaluate it and make sure that it's not something so damaging that I'm ignoring it. And I'm sure there is some points where I have ignored some things that maybe had caused some damage, and I don't know how to evaluate it, and I can't get that. This is the point. I cannot get the VA to evaluate me or somebody outside the VA, because the first thing the people outside the VA want are records. Especially if, and here's the thing, if you have a situation where you are extremely disabled, like myself, it's in a progressive movement, right? Whatever condition. If it's serious enough, a doctor will request records. And you think, well, why? Because if it's this serious, and nobody's paying attention, there's a reason why nobody's paying attention to it. And it's a twofold situation, right? They want to know I'm sure you have to have some record somewhere. Do you just didn't pop up one day and have all this paralysis? That would be no good. You would be in the hospital right now. But since it's happened over a long period of time, not that long, but a period of time, and you come in and you see a doctor, and the first thing the doctor is going to think is, where are your medical records? I want to know. And I say, VA, well, guess what happens? Exactly. They're talking to the same people who are controlling the narrative of saying nothing is wrong with me. Here's how can you go to somebody like a doctor and say, how do you, and I asked this question already, all right? Hey, doc, so what's wrong with me? Well, we don't know. Well, how do you guys not know what's wrong with me, but you don't acknowledge it? Oh, no, we acknowledge it. We just can't give you credit for it. I mean, that's freaking absurd, man. Just because you don't know what it is doesn't mean that you can't treat me for something. And then they try to get smart with me, right? Well, it's like cancer. I mean, it's like a flu. If you don't have a flu, then we're going to give you something that could hurt you. And, they talk down to me as though I don't fucking know what's going on. And I'm thinking, look, this is beyond the simplicity of me just complaining about. You're looking at a fucking motor dysfunction, and you're telling me that I don't understand that if you guys give me medication, if you guys give me medication, I gotta drink my lunch here. That it's going to hurt me more than it's going to help me, because we just don't know what's going on with you. Well, how in the shit are you supposed to even manage medical management if you're not even willing to give me the damn standard operating procedure of a protocol evaluation medically and say, what's the closest thing that this guy is experiencing that is related to some medical condition we can help him with? And then lead that management into like a TBI or Parkinson's or all those damn symptoms that represent what I have. Why can't they do that? They don't. They can tailor this medication to me. I'm telling you. So the Veterans House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs, these brothers and sisters, they get on TV, and I just saw one just a few moments ago. Oh no, we're all about the veterans. We're all about. I wrote these damn people. They're not me. They're not doing me any service. They're doing a disservice by just sending me some damn letter or email from some moron that's sitting at the office saying, "Oh, just send the guy the letter." I even doubt that it even went to somebody who can think properly. Well, this is just some veteran complaining. I mean, how the fuck do you operate a day? If somebody writes to you, it's like you trying to get a hold of a doctor and your kid is having like motor dysfunction, and you're trying to get across to somebody, and all they're doing is sending you some generic email like, yeah, okay, it's hell no. What the hell is wrong with you guys? Right? I think I've said enough. I think I've expressed my opinion. I've expressed my concern about my own medical condition, my life. And these idiots, all they want to do is keep their positions in the House Select Committee under Veterans Affairs. Right? Oh, I'm a veteran and I'm in the House Select Committee of Veterans Affairs, and oh yeah, we take care of it. But only if it follows the standard operating procedures, and we have some, and if you go outside those standard operating procedures, we can't help you. We're just going to stamp it and send you on your way. Even though I'm freaking dying here, I'm exactly who they're supposed to be helping. Right? Exactly. So they sent me back to Tom O'Halloran. Here's the update. Nothing. Christian Kirsten, damn it, girl, you need to change your damn name. Kirsten Sinowell. Nothing. These are the people that are supposed to be sending this information or contacting me saying, hey, let's find out how serious this situation is. He's obviously contacting us. And what he wrote down sounds very serious. I mean, it's not like, I'm being treated for a heart attack at the VA and I feel like I'm not being treated properly. No, I'm not being treated at all. So there's something there, right, people? So that's why I was talking to this attorney, this law firm, and I needed more information, right? Because I'm sick of it. I mean, I'm completely done. I feel as though this is a necessity for me because things that are happening while this thing is forget, I don't feel right about it. Something not right. I'm not going through I just don't feel human, I mean, there's something not right about what's going on, and I feel like it's getting closer and closer to maybe getting a stroke. Or I just feel that something's happening. Okay, and I'm trying to address and get some attention for it before it gets so bad that I can't address it myself anymore. Because nobody else is going to be able to do it but me. Because nobody understands. It's such a unique situation that nobody's going to understand how to address it. And I'll be damned if it does happen to me and I get a stroke and I'm somewhat comatose, and no one's going to be able to follow through with what I've been trying to get, even with these damn videos. But I have some lack of respect now for this Veteran House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs. I'm not even saying that right, but I don't give a damn. These veterans there. If somebody's going to represent your office the House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs. If somebody's in your office for that group of veterans and people, and they're going to send out some stupid ass general email that says, well, thank you for contacting, this is as sincere as I can get, but we don't deal with individual cases. We're really sorry, and we hope that you do well, and wish you, good riddance. That's what it said. That's what they gave me. Good luck with your fight, but we can't help you. I mean, boom, right? So who do I call? Who in the fuck do I call? Who? Do I call the police? I say, hey, the House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs are not helping me. Can you guys go talk to them for me? Is that what I do? I call the police? I call the FBI? What? Since I'm out of state, I call the FBI. Hey, FBI, I'm being this is beyond not being treated to the VA. The policies and procedures are completely not benefiting me with the severe medical condition. Severe medical condition. This ain't no minor shit. And it's amazing me. It's just it's baffling my mind. Right? It's baffling my mind that I just can't get it. I can't understand why. If you write somebody and say, I'm having a heart attack. This is an example. Hey, I'm having a heart attack. Can you send somebody out to help me? Like 911. And 911 says, oh, yeah, okay. So, all right. So, what's your address and stuff? We'll try to get there in the next, 45 days, 45 minutes, whatever. You're going to be so fucking irritated. Like, wait a minute. I just called you asking for medical help. And you're trying to be so lackadaisical about it. I need some assistance now. Like I needed it 25 minutes ago while my ass is dying here. That's how I feel. Who do you call? You call 911. Unless you have somebody there, they're going to call 911. Well, who do I call? You guys tell me, who the fuck do I call? Huh? Explain to me, who do I call? Do I call my mama? I say, Mama, hey, I'm having this progressive issue. I've already dealt with the VA. I get this. This is what I get. People write me, right? After these videos sometimes they write me. They say, hey, maybe you're not doing it right. Maybe you're just not. And I just fall apart, I'm like, I literally talk to the doctors who are supposed to forward me through to enact these SOPs for me, like the benefit of the doubt clause through the VA. Hey, we can't figure it out. Let's go through the benefit of the clause with the VA. We understand it's a little complicated, but he is a veteran. He did serve. He was in combat, and now he has this TBI. Where else the fuck would he get it? And he had issue. He has a story, and it matches up. Everything's checked, but we got to make sure that we check it for him now because he's fucking dying. He's not doing well. He's progressing into this thing, and now he's asking for help. But him asking for help is not enough. It's just not enough, people, is it? It's just, when is it going to be enough? Who do I have to fucking get? Do I have to get some rock star to back me up? Apparently so, right? Do I have to get Jon Stewart to back me up? Or, obviously the person who's in this medical condition doesn't have enough credibility to say, yes, he's in this severe medical condition. He's being medically directed to the VA under their standard operating procedures. It's now been over 20 years, right? Since that day. Because their word is better than mine. I don't understand. So, with the review of this case, there were the two things that mattered. One, my case is unique. I have a rare case. That's all it is. It's just a rare. It's not unidentified like the UFO. It's just a rare case. That's all it is. It could be dealt with because it all adds up. My story, the being in Iraq, I mean, how much more? What do I need to say? I can't say that I got shot with a bullet through the head, and then hey, it went through, and then aliens came down and fixed it, and now there's a bunch of bullshit. My story matches everything I'm trying to tell them how I sustained this injury overseas. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking keep telling the story just to convince certain people that you got to believe me. I am begging for shit, especially with this damn Veterans House Select Committee. I'm not giving them a damn thing more than they need to hear. They need to start addressing me, right? I'm the fucking veteran with the condition. Oh, you lost a leg? I'm fucking sorry, bro. Sorry, brother, you lost your leg in combat, but I have a progressive condition that needs to be addressed also. But it's being neglected for years. Are you being taken care of? Well, obviously you are. You got top-notch everything. Right? But I can't even get a concern. I can't even get somebody to say, that's fucking interesting, bro. Hey, brother, that is interesting what's going on with you. I can't even get that with the doctor. The doctor's just like, boom, get out of here, man. So, with the House Select Committee on Veterans Affairs, so I contact them, right? I contact them. I get some general mail that comes out that says, sincerely, the Veteran House Select Committee, we're sorry, but good luck. Why don't you contact Tom O'Halloran, which is your representative for Oro Valley, Arizona, without asking any further questions or following through with, if I ever have you ever contacted Tom O'Halloran? Right? Have you ever contacted Kirsten Sinema? Have you ever worked with any politicians in the past? Have you ever tried to, work this through with the VA? Have you ever complained? Have you ever filed an OIG report with the VA? Have you ever done anything to try to advocate for yourself? Unfreaking believable, man. Without asking any of those questions to help me, and then specifically find out that it's going to take more than just sending some damn email out to me without asking and following through with any questions for me, to know that it's a rare situation and it's going to require somebody's attention in the House Veterans Select Committee, right? It's going to require that somebody takes charge of it. But I can't get anybody to do it. I'm right. I mean, what do I've called them, right? I've called them. I talked to sound like a 13-year-old kid on the phone. Oh, I'll have somebody contact you. Nobody called me. And then so I wrote him. And they gave me that general email back. Right? So some people say, well, just keep writing them. Keep writing them, keep writing them, keep writing them, keep writing them. Until they get so fucking tired of you that they're like, okay, Mr. De Leon, what's the problem? Right? Why should I have to do that? With the condition that I'm under, it's not enough to talk about it myself, which is a damn fucking shame because I'm the damn veteran asking for the help. I guess I got to find I can't get with my dignitaries, right? The politicians, because they don't want nothing to do with me, especially right now during this last week of midterms. So I need to get some Hollywood star to represent me. Who lives in Arizona that I can contact that is somewhat of a Republican? I mean, I don't care as long as they're willing to help, but I would think we would see eye to eye on a lot more things, but I don't care if it's a Democrat. If they're willing to help me and push it through like John Stewart, come on, bring on. Let's go. Let's move forward. Let's do it. Let's win this thing. Let's fight it. Let's get it done. Who? Right? I guess that's what I need. I guess that's what I need. You know, get an NBA star, right? And then all of a sudden I'm all over the place. Oh shit, this veteran. Oh my God. I can't believe it, you guys. I just cannot believe. Right? I mean, even the attorneys were like, you know, even, okay, let's say, the attorney said, okay, let's say we're wrong. You don't have a case because, you know, A, B, and C need to match up and, you know, the dots need to be, let's just say it's you know, we tried, but it wasn't really, you know, we didn't understand, you know, some stuff and it's not in my favor. Okay. Okay. So I still need the medical fucking help. Right? I still need to have medical management. I still need medical care. I still need the SOPs to help me, to help my condition, to put me in some department, something. But again, the same people who are controlling the narrative are going to be the same people who dictate what I need. And my credibility is nothing. I have no credibility. Right? I have none. So, you know, I wish I could just form some sort of organizations to attack the VA. With specifically what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, look, again, the VA is a fantastic organization. We need it. I'm proud to be part of the VA. Right? I'm proud to be part of the United States having the VA there. It's fantastic. I love it. The VA is a great place. But the VA is fucking up with my situation. And I'm going to address it. And I'm going to address the people that are governing and following the SOPs that are not helping me just because there's a negative narrative that people have been following. I want some accountability now. Right? Okay, so you made a mistake, doctors. Right now, you're going to have to get a whipping and take it up the butt like everybody else. Okay, you guys were wrong. And you know damn well these doctors are going to not even get a slap on the hand. They're going to get a promotion, as a matter of fact. Right? So with the review I just got, I have to do a little bit more research to find out what I need to do with this attorney, right? With this law firm. And, you know, I can't, it's difficult to commit with something like that because even though they agree, yes, you do have a case. It's just not enough that the people that are responsible for addressing my situation are ignoring it. And those are the people that I want to be held accountable for my situation. And I don't want to have to just get an attorney and deal with them in that manner. I want these people who are supposed to be doing their job responsible. All right. I want them to be held responsible for not taking any interest, any motivation, any under their policies and procedures. What would be the lowest policy and procedure to address my situation? I'm just asking for the minimum. You know, like, hey, this veteran has a situation. I know we don't deal with individual cases. Okay, fine. I'm an individual case. But can you at least please look into a little bit more? I think I do have little bit, a case that's not so much of an individual's case, but if you just hear me out. But nobody wants to do that, considering the shit that I already gave them the information. Right? Considering the information I gave them. Hey, I'm having this progressive thing. It's like right over people's head. Like I said, it's an example. I'm having a heart attack, and people are just like, okay, yeah, that's okay. Like nonchalant about it. They're like, hey, can you get with me now so I don't lose part of my heart? There's a problem, man. There is a problem. Okay. And so I want to address that problem because it's not just for me. Now, I'm already, I'm going downhill. Okay. I'm already progressing worse and worse. It's not going to be happy for me. But I don't give a shit. So I'm trying to do it so I can create an example or put me in the books to say, okay, hey, we have a resource of somebody who went through this condition, and we can bounce off that. We have a reference now in case this happens again. Or maybe somewhere close to what I'm doing with. Maybe they can give it a little bit more attention. Be like, hey, we can't ignore these things when these veterans call. I could be an example. And part of it's that I ain't giving up. I'm going to fight with it. Right? So that's my post for today. If y'all have anybody else you can give the information to, like these posts, these videos, please send it to them. I don't know what the address is. I don't know any of that. I don't. I'm just trying to get some assistance here. I'm not that savvy. So, but anyhow, thanks for listening, and then we will get with you guys again and give you guys an update on my next post.